Let's talk about this badass truck topper. Dude, it's so cool because I've been along for the journey with you for the last has it been a year now since
more? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's been about 9 months since you told me, probably.
Yeah, I
right?
think so.
I think we talked a couple months ago, and you're like, dude, I have this idea. I don't know. Like, you were just showing it to me, and I think it's fucking incredible. But it's so cool how fast you moved, and it's inspiring to me. Like, dude, I should get my shit together a little bit because, like, you showed me the concept, and you're like, this is kind of like the prototype, and we're showing it here on the screen. So if you're just listening to this, hit the link, get over to our website, go over to the mountainside, and get on YouTube and check this thing out, man. So this is a Narwhal Truck Topper. I'm going to let you explain all the ins and outs of it. But before we do that, you showed up today with one on the back of your Ford Ranger, the Raptor Ranger, which is sick because I'd never seen one of those. So it's fitting, or I've never been that close to one of those. I've seen like passed them on the road and they're like, oh, I want to check one of those out. So I had no idea that this was like your vehicle. But then to see the actual truck topper after you and I have talked about it so much and everything, your plans and going to SEMA, because I have some experience in dealing in trade shows and in the off-road space, man. Like, it's fucking cool to see it out there. And I was, for a prototype, I was blown away. Thank you. Literally blown away, man. Like, just all the little attention to detail. And this is why I love my friends that are former SEALs, because they're gear freaks, right? Like, so when we open the side door, like what you can see from the inside and outside, but I'm going to let you explain the concept and how you came up with this, or you and your partners came up with this. Like, how did this happen?
So it started, obviously the baseline is that I've always had a passion for automotive, and in a lot of capacities, like in race cars, old Mustangs, trucks. And then the SEAL teams exposed me to a ton of driving schools and opportunities to go like really hammer vehicles off-road and on tracks and PSD driving and kind of understanding the limitations and capabilities of different equipment and different vehicles. And so the bar was set pretty high on like, all right, if I'm going to build something, it needs to be really badass. Otherwise, I don't want to build it. And I travel around a lot, and I use my truck for a ton of different stuff, and I'm always putting like really expensive equipment in the back, and I need it to be locked up. So I need a truck for a ton of different things, and I also need a topper for a ton of different things. So I started browsing the marketplace for, like a high-end unit that would work for a Raptor, and I could still take the truck out off-road and like really hammer on it and not have to worry about things like braking or whatever. And that narrowed down the pool really fast. And there was only a couple options, so I ended up buying one of them. And when it showed up, I was just not impressed. And nothing. They make a great product, but it weighs a lot. There was just.
Is it all metal product?
Yeah, it was fully aluminum. Mm-hmm. And you could see like the exterior welds, and it just kind of looked like a metal shop, like kind of fabbed this thing up and threw it together. And I. Simultaneously had been working with composites and a lot of different, like for shipboarding capabilities and all this different equipment. And I was seeing the application of carbon fiber in all these different ways. I was like, well, why don't we just make a topper that's super lightweight and super strong and does all the stuff that I want it to do, that I can bolt into my truck, that's not like held on by little C-clamps. Mm-hmm.
I hate those when the truck toppers. That was one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I noticed it was like through bolted, right?
It's bolted I'm assuming into the bed.
Yeah. So do you have to drill through the bed?
No.
Okay.
Well, it'll depend on the model, but like the Ranger and a lot of trucks now have pre-threaded holes where like your tie down points will be.
Gotcha.
So we'll make custom brackets that will lock into the L track that runs along the
so
bottom.
fucking awesome, man.
And then it'll be bolted in place.
Because I hate those little C-clamp things that you got to
Yeah.
do, and then they're in your way, and then
they move.
if you're like trying to sleep in the back of the truck or something, next
Yeah.
thing you know, you're caught on it or
Yeah.
something, rips the pocket out of your pants, or
Yeah.
which I've had happen. You right? Like when you have a topper, you're gonna have to crawl in and out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna let you keep going. But the other thing I love about this is the accessibility, right? That you have is, dude, you got a fucking turret hatchet. That's so fucking cool. All right, keep going. I'm gonna stop fanboying.
So, you know, basically that's how the idea started. And then I ran it by my dad. And this was probably a year, almost 2 years ago. Like where the idea, because I had just purchased this thing. I put it on the truck and I'm like, I spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah, they're fucking, the price point is so high.
it was-
Even on the bullshit fiberglass ones.
Yeah,
they're
like
expensive.
$4,000.
Yeah.
And the one I bought was like $6,000. And I was like, we're approaching the price point of carbon fiber. Like I knew relatively how much it costs to make something. And there's different manufacturing methods, and we don't have to get into all that nerd science behind it and, you know, different production methods.
But you had to get into to
for
create this, right?
Yeah. And I ran the idea by my dad, and this was the first time in my entire life where I saw him light up, because he was like, this is actually a good idea.
And this is a guy that's worked in the automotive space developing
for
stuff.
40 years.
Wow.
You know?
That's crazy.
And
That's so cool that you have him in your corner too.
Oh, it's been amazing. And a lot of people have asked me, like, how are you working with your family like that intensely every day, you know? And honestly, it's been so cool. Like I always have looked up to my dad from a business perspective, especially. And he's got like his MBA from Vanderbilt, and he's done all these incredible things in the space. And
Shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
So he was like, all right, this might have some legs. Like, let's build out a financial model and kind of see like what we're working with and validate if this is like worth pursuing or not. So we did that for about a month. And then the numbers looked pretty good. And I had a friend that I met at a search and rescue conference who was a composites engineer. Well, he's a mechanical engineer, but he's been in the composite space for a long time. And he was working in aerospace and now sporting goods, and kind of had experience in a lot of different industries in the application of composites, and kind of knew, like, he could figure out how to make this. And so I called him up and I was like, hey man, I've got this business idea. Like, do you want to come out to Colorado? Like, we'll put a pitch deck together and kind of show you like what this vision is. So he came out and we ran him through it. He stayed with me for the weekend, and he was on board. So that was,
so you're building a team. I mean,
yeah. And obviously, like, we're bootstrapping the entire thing. Like, I sold my rental property to basically fund all of this.
Wow. So you're all in.
All in. Yeah. There's no turning back at this point.
It's the pool competition.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it puts tremendous weight on my family, you know.
Yeah.
And
It's hard, man.
and it's high risk, and I understand, like, I know what I'm getting into here is not like guaranteed success. But yeah, and then my brother has been involved, and my dad's like coaching him through program management and like how to run. He's brought in his like people that have worked with him for decades to help on the back end. We have this amazing design and engineering team. They're out of Toronto, but the founder of that team used to work at a company called Multimatic. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but
Why do I know that name?
because they're badass.
Yeah.
So they run a ton of like specialty vehicle projects. Like Ford uses Multimatic to build low volume specialty vehicles. So like the Mustang GTD that just came out.
Okay.
That was like winning lap
So like the
records on the
badass shit.
Nürburgring.
Yeah.
That they're only going to make like X thousand units, and it's a fully carbon fiber body, and it's got all this crazy suspension technology. So anyway, that company is where these guys came from.
Oh shit.
And they stood up their own thing, and my dad, through a relationship, got introduced us to them, and we ran them through the idea, and they were the design and engineering house behind, coming up with what this is. And then myself and my dad and Adam built out like a full requirements document. Like, okay, here's every single thing that this needs to do. This is how much we want to, like, here's our weight targets, here's the feature targets, here's all the stuff. And then, we hand that off to them, and they came out, and we've worked back and forth, extensively to bring this to life. And then we found I'm learning how to work with suppliers. So we've got like a company in Ohio doing glass. We've got a company in Salt Lake City that's doing the composites right now. And then, we're putting this stuff together in our garage for the moment. But the plan is to...
So it's a U.S. based and sourced company too.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool,
The only
man.
thing that's not U.S. based right now is the machine parts.
Okay.
And I'd love to find a way to do that. But I'm sure, like, anybody that's been in the manufacturing space, like, you just can't buy nuts and bolts from
right.
You just can't find them. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's
really
so
hard.
crazy, man. Like
And the price point for like custom machine work, like, I'm sure, Beto and some of those guys that are making, like, that have CNC machines in house, like, they'll tell you.
Oh yeah, that's so expensive, man. Because I've experienced it on the staging side, like just even a water jet, or a fucking anything like that for even just cutting. There's a really cool. This is a perfect time to give him a shout out. He's a former SEAL that created his own belt company, and he uses all American leather or
Mac.
American sourced. Yeah, Mac belts.
Yeah, man.
Do you know him?
I've purchased a few and given them out as gifts.
That's fucking rad. They're so badass, man.
Yeah.
And those, like, they're fucking weapons, man.
Yeah,
like,
they're awesome.
They're so badass. But he made, and I don't know him personally, but I have like one person away from him, like just like the community.
Yeah.
But he went and took like this old machine out of fucking restoration and restored it.
Yeah.
So he could make his own hardware. Like, it threads bolt. It basically makes bolts and stuff, man. But that's what you got to do. Like, that's another Navy owned, or not fully Navy owned, but Origin. That's the same thing. They took like these fabric looms out of, like, it's almost like a lost art here.
Yeah.
To get anything made like that.
Yeah. And we'll continue to search for solutions. And at some point, like, I don't think we'll ever be a glass manufacturer, but the goal is to go to SEMA, launch this thing, open it up for pre-orders. And this is where, I'm going to ask people to be like patient with me, because this is going to be a rollout, and we're going to do, it's got to be based off, market data and volume of trucks and X, Y, and Z. So we'll roll these things out as fast as we can. But at the same time, we want to bring in manufacturing capacity in-house and start building all the carbon fiber stuff ourselves.
Wow.
So in order to do that, we need capital, and there's different processes of how you can make carbon fiber parts. And right now that we're doing, it's a very labor intensive, very handmade process.
Really?
Yeah, it's called VARDM. It's like vacuum assisted resin transfer molding is the process, if anyone wants to look that up. But we want
I can't even pronounce.
Yeah. So you need an engineer in here to really dive deep into like everything. But essentially you're laying up sheets of carbon fiber and you're putting a plastic bag on top of it, and then you compress it under vacuum, and then you push resin through the material. The resin hardens, and then you have a part. And then the part has to be trimmed and sanded and painted to get, like an automotive surface quality finish.
And the strength on it is insane. Like, we've had some staging pieces built that have like carbon fiber frames and stuff, and it's like the strength is fucking unreal. I mean, it's the
crazy.
reason why they build Formula One cars out of it, basically.
That's why,
like,
McLaren and all these badass race car companies are building chassis out of carbon fiber. It's amazing.
That's so
you
crazy.
You can drop the weight, 30, 40% from a steel or aluminum frame and have a higher strength.
Yeah.
Which is, but yeah, the goal would be to get to like high pressure where you can use, it's called like high pressure RTM, where you're basically using like hydraulic presses, and you have a machine that can pick up the carbon fiber components, place them in a mold, and then this huge press can come down, put pressure, inject resin, introduce heat, and pull parts in like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And you have like perfect resin transfer where you can push, because you think about like running something under a vacuum hose versus running something under 50,000 pounds of pressure. You know, it puts everything exactly where it needs to be. It's super fast, it's repeatable, and that is kind of the method that we would have to move to in order to deliver thousands of these every year.
Yeah.
You know, because right now we're making them by hand, and it's an awesome process, but it's not conducive to
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
High volume.
So is the shell, is that all one piece?
It's and a that's monocoque.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
And then you have to modify that per truck spec, right?
Yep.
So there are only certain vehicles that you guys are manufacturing for?
Yeah. So it'll be all like anything current gen from Ford, GM, GMC is included in that. Jeep and Toyota is what we're starting with as like models that we're going to develop for.
So your kingpins in the off-road space.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. And we're starting with like, you know, the F1, like right now we have it on the Ranger because we had a Ranger Raptor to do product validation, but we're going to go into F-150 and Tacoma will be next, just based off how many F-150s and Tacomas are out there.
Wow, yeah.
And how often people modify them and how many people are running toppers on trucks, and you know, all the data that kind of has to go behind that decision. And then we'll do the follow-on models based off pre-order demand. So depending on how much demand we get for follow-on models is what we'll schedule next for tooling, because each individual model have to have custom tooling created to make the shells. Mm-hmm. And then the panels and the turret hatch.
It's constantly evolving, right? Like every year.
Yeah, but a lot of, like, for example, the F-150 bed is very, very similar to the previous two generations. So like we haven't confirmed this yet, but we should be able to make one hard tool for the shell from a 2009 to current F-150. And then we'll make custom brackets so we can have them integrate into the tie-down points of those three generations of F-150. But so some trucks will get lucky and we'll be able to go all the way back to like 2009 or previous gen trucks, and then some of them we'll just have to see what the demand looks like.
That's rad, man. There's so much more to this that I think people just take for granted. Like, I need one for my 04 Toyota Tundra, which you guys probably aren't manufacturing, but
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how far back we can get on the Tundra.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's a shitload of them out there, and they're still really sought after to the point where I come out here occasionally and there's a Post-it note on my window, and they're like,
that's a great truck.
You want,
yeah, it's a bulletproof drivetrain, and those are hard to find now.
They're so rad, man. I love them. That's honestly why I haven't bought a new truck. But
you mind if we take it? I got it.
Yeah, let's do that. If you're not checking out the Mountainside Podcast on YouTube, you absolutely should be. If you like the content that we create here and you want to help support the podcast, please take a moment, subscribe to us on YouTube, and hit that notification bell. I'm gonna try to. When is SEMA? Okay.
November.
We're back. Let's get back to it. So when is SEMA?
SEMA is November 4th through the 7th.
Okay.
And Friday is open to the public.
Oh, they're doing that now.
Yeah, which is really cool. I went last year.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you've never been to that show and you like cars even just a little bit or off-road shit, it's incredible, man. And not only that, like all the shit that Monster does, like out in like the parking lot and stuff, they'll have like freestyle motocross or drift cars or like, dude, as a spectator. And then like, just look at some of the vehicles that they have, including like, it's the baddest ass shit. This is the SHOT Show of the off-road space. And like, it's,
of automotive aftermarket as a whole. Like, and now they've expanded into like the overland off-road has really like become a part of SEMA, because SEMA kind of started as like race car parts,
right? And
it was all like drift cars and drag cars and crazy custom builds, and they're the off-road and overlanding kind of markets have really grown, and SEMA's like fully embraced that. And now they have the entire West Hall is dedicated to like truck and off-road, which is where we'll be.
Plus, it's Vegas, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much to do in and outside of there. So it's a great spot for it, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. So,
well, I might try to make it down.
You should,
if I have
man.
time in November. First of all, to come down and support you, but in these other business ventures that I got going on too, it'd be good for me to show up there.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Narwhal's website, because I think we got into the science of it, but that's not why people are going to buy this, right? Like, first of all, my first question is, and I don't think I asked you out there, dude, with this being 100% carbon fiber, basically, other than the glass, right?
And the hardware. Yeah.
And the hardware. I mean, the whole thing, does it weigh 200 pounds? Is it 100 pounds? Like, do you know, for your Raptor?
We got a finalized weight on all the composites. So all the carbon fiber parts weighed 62 pounds. And
holy shit.
Now we have to do a final weight check with the glass and hardware, but we're sitting right around 100 pounds, which is,
dude,
I'm so
fucking
proud
insane.
of like the team and everybody for being able to achieve that. It's really special, and there's so many benefits to that, like especially on mid-sized trucks or Raptors or TRD Pros and all these trucks that have like high-end suspensions that are
it's performance
softer.
suspension.
Yeah, like you don't really get a ton of payload, and when you put a 300-pound topper on the back, like your truck starts squatting immediately. And that throws off your rake, which impacts the performance of like when you're braking and when you're driving fast and when you're going through corners. And we really wanted to make this like a performance product for people that just need a topper, and that's what we've done here.
That's fucking rad. So it has access on 4 sides of it, really, right? Because you have a little slide window, and for your slide window in the back.
Yep. So your
then
dogs
you have
can stick their head in and get some
fuck
AC.
Yeah. And then you have it shows it right there.
Yep.
Then you have the 2 side panels, right, that open up completely, and like those little gas hinges. I fucking love those things, dude.
Yeah.
Because there's no like prop up or anything. It's just like the automatic open. But what I really noticed about it, and this is my complaint with some other of the toppers that I've owned, like the back hatch opens up, like, because it's carbon fiber, I think it's a wider footprint, right?
The reason it's wider is because we actually, like, if you look at the geometry of the bottom pillars, you see how it actually comes out?
Right.
So your usable space in the topper is bigger than like a conventional topper.
And that's my complaint with other conventional toppers, is they never take that into account. So like you can't put a 4x8 sheet of plywood back there. It has to go at an angle, and then it's riding against your topper, fucking it up or whatever, right? Like, And
we made a removable rear panel for exactly that.
Oh, like, so you can take that off.
Yeah. So like for me,
that's badass.
There's a lot of times where I'm just like, I want my tailgate up and I'm just like throwing lumber in the back, and I'll just ratchet strap it to the side.
Yeah, but then what do you do with your piece of glass?
Topper thing is just flapping in the wind, and you got to like bungee cord it to your roof rail or something. Right. And it was just a pain in the ass. And I've had that happen, so many times. And I was like, why don't they just make this removable? So we made it removable.
That's fucking awesome.
And then, for the mountain bikers, like throwing the bike pads on the tailgate, and it's high enough and there's enough interior space in there where you can get a bunch of bikes and have them over the tailgate pad if you still want to do that.
Yeah.
With a topper that you don't have to take off. So that was kind of the thought behind the rear.
And the cool thing about it too is normally that's just a piece of glass with like a rubber flap. So there's like no structure, but you have that framed out. Like every window is framed out. It's not just glass on hinges. Which I think in some off-road situations, you start to get flex. And that's where I've had glass break just from my bed flexing so much.
It's crazy how much the bed flexes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really tested that in Moab last week. And it's just wild to see the truck like in slow motion when you're watching it. It whoops at like 40 miles an hour. I mean, the bed is just, it'll move like 2 inches, which is a lot. And we've had to think about that in the way that we laid up the carbon fiber and how many layers and how much flex we want to give it. Like, it has to be rigid and strong. You know, we designed and engineered this to support 600 pounds of dynamic load on the roof. So
wow,
that's a lot. That's like, it's not the leading dynamic load rating, but it's pretty damn close. And from a static load perspective, like you could put, I don't know, a couple thousand pounds. We don't want to like break the topper right now.
Yeah.
But eventually we will. But it's incredibly strong. But there's
dude, I love to break shit. So when you guys are doing that, call me, man.
Yeah.
Because like that's one of my favorite things. But dude, that's insane. 600 pounds
dynamic. Yeah. So
wow.
that means like, you know, driving off road with, I don't know who's going to put 600 pounds of shit on your roof, but
no.
Some people that run rooftop tents.
How much is that Dylan defense gun?
I would guess that's probably 400 pounds or so. Yeah. They're not light.
Okay, so let's go back to the topper here. And I think one of the coolest things, because me as a backcountry elk hunter, like an archery hunter especially, glassing is huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like glassing is fucking everything. Like if you're not glassing and you're getting into backcountry elk hunting, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Like I think you have to locate the animals and then go after them. That's a dope photo, by the way. So your turret hatch that you have is so badass, because I find myself, and this is one of the issues that I have with running a topper and why I don't run a topper, is a lot of times I'm driving to a high vantage point, right? So I can glass
exactly
areas, right? But then I'll find myself in my bed with my like a tripod or something, you know, sitting on my roof, so I can then glass.
Yeah.
Because you're gaining whatever that is, 4 feet, right?
Yeah.
So now you're on stilts, so you can see a little bit better, and it's a level spot to stand. You're not like, you know, standing on top of rocks or whatever. But anyways, this capability, you're not going to go stand on top of a fiberglass topper, a big guy like me, and expect it to hold up, right? But this is a cool option. But not only that, you have all this rail mount system, which is like some sort of track, right?
It's an L-track.
L-track.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the idea with that, well, with the turret hatch, was exactly what you're talking about. Like, I think for the hunting community and anybody that wants to get an elevated vantage point and be able to glass or even shoot from, you know, it gives you that perfect like working surface where you could just hop up in the back of your truck, and now you've got like a workbench table with L-track to mount accessories, and you can get a tripod or a bipod or tripod set up, and you know, we'll come out. We'd love to eventually, and the idea was to develop further into accessories and be able to come up with like, you know, the stabilization up there, that something that could integrate into the rails, and you could mount your spotting scopes and your rifles and photography equipment. People that do all kinds of...
That's huge too. I've done that doing photo. I do it right here in Evergreen. That's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. So being able to get like a gimbal or something mounted up there and do driving shots.
Or just your GoPro. Yeah. Whatever,
all
right?
Kinds of... As crazy as you want to get.
But the cool thing too are like the rack bars that you have up there, because let's say you're elk hunting one weekend, and then the next weekend you're taking the family in the canoe to the fucking lake, you know, which happens all the time. Like that L-track is badass shit, because it's easy removal. It's quick, right?
Yeah.
It's like snap and go kind of.
That was a huge frustration I had with previous toppers, was like, we installed a cabinet in the side, and there's like a T-slot rail, you know, that uses like traditional like M8 hardware or something like that.
Sucks.
And I had to like line up 4 different mounting points on the bottom, 4 different mounting points on the top, and you're trying to like line up all these bolts. And I was like, why don't they just use L-track? And then you can make a quick attach, and then you're like pushing in a button and releasing the connection. And the connections on L-Track are like thousands of pounds.
They're so strong.
They're incredibly strong.
Yeah.
So
we actually use a different method in semis. Like I was telling you on the way up here, how many semis we're sending to this next job. And it's an E-Track. It's a much more, it's what they use in aircraft and stuff to secure shit to the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that stuff's so badass and it's so modular. It's so cool. And the accessories that you guys could mount are endless to it.
Yeah.
It's really cool design, man.
Yeah, and we've like floated the idea of, you know, having a rooftop tent eventually that can mount with the turret hatch removed, so you have an access hole into your tent from the bed.
I didn't even think about that.
And it could be, you know, we could build a carbon fiber rooftop tent, and you're looking at a full setup that weighs like less than 200 pounds. It should be incredible.
That would be awesome.
And yeah, I mean, I'm not like personally, I don't use rooftop tents. I like to just like find a flat spot and go set my tent up. But I know that's a big thing. People love them.
Yeah. And
they're heavy. Some of them are really heavy. Dude.
Yeah, they're so crazy. Yeah, so if you can get into that space too, man.
Yeah.
Well, just the partnerships that you could come up with too is incredible in the firearm space. And man, when you were creating this, did you have the military in mind or a military contract at all? Because like, doesn't it weight come into play when you're starting to put some of these off-road vehicles and planes? I know weight comes into play when we're loading like rock and roll skids with equipment and stuff.
We never really set out with the intention of like, we're going to build this for military use.
Right.
But we used all the lessons learned from seeing how composites were being used in military applications, in aerospace applications, and automotive applications, and then kind of combined that into the way that we designed and engineered it. I think at some point down the line, there's a potential for that. I could think of some use cases where it could be beneficial to change the layup structure of how we make these to like block, you know, different frequencies from being able to pass in and out, and communications equipment and things like that. But that's not the focus at all right now. The focus is to like build these things for the top selling market. Trucks, get them out there in the off-road space, like build a product that people have confidence in, that they know works. And that's, you know, last week when we were in Moab, we were just thrashing the truck.
Yeah, tell me about that. Because this is like, if you ever need somebody to come out and test some shit, dude, like I am down. Like this is my favorite thing to do.
That's the best part of the whole
product
deal.
testing, right?
Product validation. Right. So we, you know, we're like, well, we want to keep this unit. We could build another one if we break it and have to go to SEMA, but we're like, we need to make sure that this works. Like this is the first one.
Right.
And
is that the first one on your
first
truck?
one ever.
Dude, that's cool. This
first
is a
one ever.
Yeah, a little bit of history.
And you know, eventually I'd love to take it off and like put it in our lobby or something.
You should. Yeah. You should. Absolutely, man. Like,
but yeah, so we went to Moab, and my dad hasn't like done a ton of off-roading stuff. So
really,
he's got a Bronco with like 35s. It's badass. It's got a Fox suspension.
One of the newer ones?
Yeah.
Is it the Raptor Bronco?
It's not the Raptor. Okay. It's a Wild Track, but it has the Hosh 3.0 package, which is a Fox suspension.
Nice.
So it's pretty good for high-speed off-roading. And, you know, I gave him a radio. And I was like, okay, here's how like 4-low works. Here's how your locking differentials work. You know, we did high-speed washboard roads. And, you know, he was like, I'm not driving that fast. You know? But, yeah, so we did some of that.
Had to be fun for him and you, though, right? Yeah, this is cool, man, that you're doing this with your dad. That's
and then we went and did whoops, so like those big divots. I think we got a video of it on our Instagram of the truck going through
go to
whoops.
their Instagram, too, Tyler.
And then we did some rock crawling.
Dude, which that's where you're going to torque something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So we wanted to see like, okay, well, how much flex does this have under full wheel articulation? Like, let's get a wheel in the air and then see how much the bed moves. And it was no problem. And the composites like totally support that. There's enough flex built into it that it's not an issue. And I think just going through all of those tests and like sharing all that with the team, like everyone is so stoked that we were able to build a working unit on round one. Like, I think that is a huge testament to the team behind this project. And I think for people that have been through the like automotive product development cycle, like it's rare that you build the first prototype of something and it works flawlessly. Like that's not a common, you know, and there's minor things that we've identified that we're going to change, but it's like hardware attachment points and certain, you know, it's little stuff, but like the topper works, and we proved that it works at 85 miles an hour down a washboard road in Moab.
That's fucking cool,
which
man.
Is, something I'm
go
super
to
proud of.
the Narwhal's Instagram. I want to see some of these videos. Because I love, dude, like, I don't know if I've told you this, but if I had to do it over again, my FOMO that we were talking about earlier is I would have started it all over and hung up everything, maybe even my kids. I shouldn't say that, but no, I love you guys. But I would have done it as a pro truck racer.
Yeah.
Like BJ Baldwin, like style or something, man. It would have been, it's so much fun. There's nothing funner than bombing a truck like this, you know?
Yeah. It is so much fun. And
wow. So this is the manufacturing process here too.
Yep. So that's them like making one of the side panels.
Nice.
So you can kind of see like that.
Wow. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's really cool. And it's been so cool to like learn about composites and learn about, you know, the endless amount of topics that you need to have a baseline level of knowledge.
Dude, I learned so much. I had no idea. I know that you and I have been talking, but it's been in like short stints where it hasn't been really focused, but it's incredible, man. It's incredible the team that you have and what you've created, man. So I'm 100% behind you. Like any way that we can help you here, let me know. And fucking,
that means a lot.
I just think it's so cool, man, because I've struggled with so many truck toppers, and that's honestly why I don't have one on, because they're all kind of like pieces of shit, honestly.
There's definitely some companies making some cool stuff.
It's no knock on any of it. It's just not what I want.
Yeah.
It's not
me neither.
It's not worthy, right? Like I'd rather just not have one.
Nothing that existed was what I wanted either.
Yeah.
And that's why we made one.
That's rad, dude.
You know?
The coolest part is it's you, and yeah, man, like there's nobody better at the helm of it too, bro. So I'm excited for you, man. Like this is, I think SEMA is going to be awesome. Do you guys have your booth number or anything yet? Like so people can come check this out?
Yeah, it's 54018.
Holy shit, you got it memorized, dude.
Yeah. I maybe we should double check that, but I am pretty confident.
Yeah, let's double check it.
It's on the SEMA website. They have a full layout.
They already have their layout.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's definitely check that. We'll put a direct link to SEMA. You should definitely attend, even if you don't live in Vegas. Like, go stay a night at the Cosmo or whatever, or go to the Sphere and go check out SEMA, especially if you're a gearhead, man, because it's like...
It's the coolest show ever.
It's so badass.
Yeah, if you even have a like slight interest in vehicles, it's like Disneyland.
Yeah, or maybe you just want to trick out whatever you own, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's the spot to do it, dude.
Yeah.
It's a mall for motorheads, dude.
And you just get to, it's like art, you know, like you get to see some
so
of these
crazy.
custom builds. Like people spend their entire year like getting a SEMA vehicle ready.
Yeah.
And it's like so cool to see some of the modifications that are.
It's really rad. Did you find the booth?
It's floor plan on the top left there.
So we're going to put direct links in the show notes to Narwhal, Richie's Instagram. Do you want us to put your personal Instagram on there? Is it public?
No, it's not public. I don't care. Okay. I mean,
well, it's up to you.
It's fine.
Yeah. People will find you anyway.
Yeah.
They're like intelligence. Sick.
54018. Yeah.
Okay. So it's 54018. If you're at SEMA, even if you're not interested, go support these dudes. You know, roll by, say hi, go check out the Raptor Ranger, which is badass, that has the topper on it. This is super cool, man. So
yeah, I just, like a year ago when we were committing to the booth and all this stuff, and just like seeing the companies that were around us, like it's like, holy shit, like we're right next to King Shocks and Ford.
Oh, that's so badass.
And like these brands and that I've always been an enthusiast and really followed them for years and always watched like their product development and what they're coming out with. And
King's is a great company too.
Yeah,
I don't know very
awesome
many
stuff.
I used to do a bunch of stuff down in Baja, and they would always be down there.
That's like where they built their brand.
Yeah,
it's like racing. Yeah, and just like being a part of that is so cool. And yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Fuck yeah, I'm excited for you guys, man. You guys are definitely doing it right. So yeah, if the public say they're not going to SEMA. Because you guys are doing your first run of pre-orders at SEMA.
We'll open it up probably right before the show starts.
Okay.
And then...
Will it be an online submission?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So you'll be able to go on the website and you'll be able to open a configurator tool and you'll be able to select your truck and model. If it's not supported, it won't be in the configurator tool.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so if you have a Ford, GM, Jeep, Toyota truck, will likely be supporting that, and you'll see it in the configurator tool, and then you can go and spec out like if you want glass side panels, if you want a turret hatch, if you want load bars.
Oh, so it's customizable.
Yeah,
as far as how many openings you have, or
so the side panels will always open.
Okay,
but you will be
whether you want glass or
because the
pure
glass
carbon
is
fiber.
way heavier than the carbon fiber.
Oh shit, that's cool too. So you have some.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of ability. Like a lot of guys like to run like molly panels, on the outside or the inside of their side panels. So we're like, yeah, if you want that, then let's not have glass be the only option, and you save weight.
Yeah.
But like for me, I always have the dogs in the back, and I want as much airflow going through there as possible. So I open up the sides and I open up. If you can open the turret hatch too, and then it's
I didn't even think about that.
Like a ton of airflow back there. So in the summertime, if you have your dogs in the back of your truck, it's a good option, and you can have the rear panel off. But yeah, those are you'll see the baseline options, and then you can pre-order, and that's the whole idea. In an ideal world, we get enough pre-orders to where we can just immediately start bringing in manufacturing capacity in Colorado and start building carbon fiber parts here, and then start delivering these as fast as humanly possible.
That's rad, dude.
Yeah.
What? So if people aren't going to SEMA, they can still go online. What's the date that's going to open up? If they're listening to this and they have some interest
to order one. November 1st. Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's shut this one down. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Go support Richie. Go support Narwhal and the entire team. At least check out the website. Like, even if you're not interested in buying one of these. Do you guys have any of your merch for sale?
Yeah.
Oh,
we just launched the merch like last week.
Oh, so it's available now.
Yeah.
Right? I'm getting one of those T-shirts. I love the American flag on the side of it, too.
Well, we're getting more
hoodies
stuff
are dope,
there.
too.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's another way to support these guys. So yeah,
everything helps for sure.
Yeah, and, Mountainside community.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You know where it's at. It's rooted. Richie, man, dude, thank you for the coin.
Yeah,
thanks for the friendship, and yeah, dude, I can't wait to have you back, man. This has been a lot of fun.
It's been a great first podcast.
Yeah.